I won't, don't hold that against him though, right? Okay, next on our agenda is that we're going to approve the agenda, and I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you all. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we approved our agenda as presented. Next on the agenda is that we have an opportunity to hear the public. We let citizens come before us, recognize them, and call their names out. And at this point, hear the public. You may speak to us only about items that are on the agenda. So if you're present and you want to talk to us about items on the agenda, please do so. There'll be another section called Hear the Public for items that are not on the agenda, and we'll go through the same process. Anyone wanting to speak to us about items on our agenda tonight? Seeing none, then we'll move right along then. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, and the chair would like to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you, ma'am.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Y'all gonna get your work cut out for you tonight, aren't you? All right. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving our minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, likewise, motion carries. Next is a proclamation for Fire Safety Week. One of you fine folks want to read that proclamation? We'll just pass them down.
Doesn't matter.
There it is, there it is.
Old school.
Thank you, Commissioner Cottle.
Proclamation, Fire Week, Fire Prevention Week, 2025, whereas the city of Danville, Kentucky is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting Danville. And whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at the greatest risk from fire. And whereas the majority of U.S. fire deaths, 4 out of 5, in fact, occur in homes each year, Danville citizens should identify places in their home where fires can start and eliminate those hazards. And whereas lithium-ion batteries are increasingly found in devices and systems that are used daily, and whereas these batteries can overheat and catch fire if not used, charged, or stored properly, and whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme is Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. And whereas this year's theme focuses on educating everyone about the importance of buying, charging, and recycling these batteries safely, and whereas Danville citizens are responsive to public education measures and are able to take action to increase their safety from fire, especially in their homes. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor James J. Atkins and the City Commission of the City of Danville, this 22nd day of 2025, do hereby proclaim the week of October 5th through 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week, and urge all citizens to educate everyone on the importance of having working smoke alarms in the home and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Danville Fire Department during Fire Safety Prevention Week.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Next, Commissioner Peak, you want to read the proclamation for National Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Yes. Whereas the month of October has been set aside as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time to educate women and men on the importance of early detection of breast cancer. And whereas this disease is the second most commonly diagnosed cancer in women and men in the U.S. and the second leading cause of cancer death in women, with an estimated 250,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer expected to be diagnosed among women and men in the U.S. this year. On average, one woman is diagnosed every 2 minutes. And whereas October 17th, 2025 is National Mammography Day, and early detection and treatment can save lives, we encourage all women and men to find out if they are at increased risk by completing the necessary screenings. And whereas, although statistics are staggering, we are encouraged that survival rates have drastically improved due to increased awareness and innovative advancement in early detection and treatment. And whereas we encourage everyone to display their support of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month by displaying bold pink ribbons showing support for breast cancer survivors, and reaffirm our commitment to raising awareness of this disease and as a symbol of hope. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor James J.H. Atkins and the City Commissioners of the City of Danville on this 22nd day of September 2025 do hereby proclaim October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month and encourage all residents to celebrate life beyond breast cancer by supporting and attending events in the city that recognize breast cancer awareness during the month of October and throughout the year.
Thank you, ma'am.
I move we accept that into the record.
Second.
Thank you all. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The next proclamation is in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. How do you sign whereas? Oh, okay. You're getting plenty of those today, don't you? Whereas domestic violence in America is intolerable, unacceptable, must be stopped, and deserves considerable public attention. And whereas children who witness domestic violence often grow up believing that physical cruelty in relationships is acceptable behavior, and thus they tend to perpetuate a cycle of violence in society. And whereas many federal, state, and local programs addressing the domestic violence problem have achieved success, bringing greater safety to families, and whereas community leaders, police, judges, advocates, healthcare workers, and concerned Americans are working together across America to develop solutions to this serious problem and to implement services that will improve our response when it occurs. And whereas programs designed to educate men and women about ways they can help prevent domestic violence are being developed across our nation, and whereas numerous law enforcement officials and departments have created specialized domestic violence units that cooperate with community advocates to enhance services for victims, and representatives from the faith community frequently provide essential support in areas where there may be no other services available. And whereas anyone can be a victim of domestic violence regardless of age, sex, ethnicity, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, or religion. And the last one, whereas we must continue to hold domestic abusers accountable, punish them to the full extent of the law, and prevent them from inflicting more abuse. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Danville City Commission, on this 22nd day of September 2025, recognize October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and urge all citizens to participate in events supporting this effort. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And whereas, sorry about that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you all.
Mayor, before we move on, we had a request to change the fountain color for the month of October to purple. We don't have a formal process as of now because this is the first time we've had that request. And Josh is looking in to confirm that we can change the color, the lights on the fountain to purple, but we wanted to ask your all's permission before we went ahead to do that.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Next on our agenda is Resolution 2025-09-2201, opiate settlement participation, Purdue. Madam City Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor and Commission. As you all know, we participate in a few other opioid settlement agreements, and we receive money that's restricted. We're only allowed to use it for opioid abatement. This is a Purdue one that we're asking to participate in as well.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a motion?
I move for approval of Resolution 2025-09-2201.
Second.
Thank you all. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next, Resolution 2025-09-2202, another opioid settlement participation.
Yes, this is the same thing. It's just several secondary manufacturers that that we're asking to participate in their settlement.
Thank you, ma'am. What's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09-2202.
Second.
Thank you all. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next on the agenda is a report from our city manager.
Thank you, Mayor, Mayor, Commissioners. Excuse me. I'll be short. KLC is this week, and we all know that that's going to be a time-consuming activity for us in Owensboro. The three things I'd like to point out probably is the Early Childhood Learning Center. We keep getting a lot of questions and a lot of interest in what the outcome of that will be. So you'll understand the schedule. The RFP process is ongoing. And the next step will be, currently, there are 4 interested parties that's been responsive, and we hope to have their revised proposals back October the 28th, which is the second step in that process. So you will hear from Josh and staff in November, probably the first meeting in November. We will probably have a better update, but we just want you to understand that's going to be a while, and while that is ongoing and active, it does take some time. The other thing is the county parks, city and county parks workshop that we're going to have September 30th at 9 a.m. Tommy's working towards that presentation. We appreciate him being willing to do that. So a lot of, hopefully, good information, good discussion will happen there. Would like to point out, though, we've left it in our city manager report to update the parks agreement. This year, it cycles into its renewal cycle this year. Some of the discussion that we've had with Judge and others tied to the county is can we improve that agreement since it is in a renewal? That's what I've tried to communicate in this note that I've had on there for a while. To plant the seed for you to prepare, we may have a little bit of dialogue at the workshop about that. The original Millennium Park was developed using a Millennium Park committee that consisted of 2 county officials, the county judge, a magistrate, the mayor, a city commissioner, county engineer, city engineer, and parks director. And that was the park committee. And so they consolidated some of the capital requests and reported back to the city and county to fund those. Then the Millennium Park Committee was tasked with advising on the operations of the parks, right? And so the question that is in front of us, that as we think about the capital program that we're on, is whether or not the aspects of, as we get to this agreement, the agreement really doesn't spell out fully how joint projects are to be conceived. So far, the city has taken the master plan with Parks and Rec staff and conceived of the capital program and then reported that to the fiscal court. And the logic is should the fiscal court, which we don't disagree with at all, but should we go back to that Millennium Park style and amend the Parks and Rec agreement to allow a committee to develop a capital plan so that it's not the city going to the county trying to justify the capital. It's 2 magistrates and their staff reporting back to their board after this committee has mutually agreed. So that model, for those that have been exposed to the Millennium Park Committee, you'll understand that process a little bit. It really, instead of having a joint meeting, you were having a quasi-joint meeting. You just didn't have quorums between the city and county as you were developing your parks capital planning ideas, and then each subsequent group took it to their boards. And so it seemed to make a lot of sense. And so if we were to amend the parks agreement this year, that's the idea of how we organize our capital. That will be one of the discussion points. So if one of you all would like to talk about that this week more fully, in preparation for the 30th, we'd encourage you to do that. You will probably want to think about that a little bit, and so just know that we're available if you want to brainstorm about what that would look like with me, and then by the 30th, we can maybe, if that is brought up, which I think it will be, I think is interest in talking about how the capital program is conceived. There's some good things with that, because we're joint funding things, and it keeps you from saying, well, that's just a city project, or that's just a county project. If that group is agreeing up front, it seems to be a little bit more collaborative by nature. And so anyway, that's the purpose. I've been holding that conversation is waiting for this joint workshop. And so now we're going there, and hopefully that'll come up, but hopefully that'll make sense if it does. And that will guide the county judge and I, based on your all's conversations, how we carry ourselves in working on that agreement. If that's what the choice is, if that makes sense. The other thing is, just to give you an audit update, we expect that presentation to be October 13th to you in final form. Your finance director's out this week, and so it should be then.
Okay, thank you, sir. Questions to the city manager? Thank you, sir. Next on our agenda is the second Hear the Public opportunity this evening. And at this point, we have some folks who've signed up to speak to the commission.
Jerry Hale.
Yes, sir, you want to come up, take the microphone? Identify yourself to the mic.
My name is Jerry Willis Hale. I live at 2565 Goggin Lane. The reason I am here tonight, I have lived there all those years, for 48 years. We have a speed problem down Goggin Lane. It's not been taken care of. We have a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit down there. They have put a sign up down there right in my house. I live the sixth house down from 34. The traffic comes flying down through there. Traffic comes down there doing 50 to 60 mile an hour. Since I cut through over from 34 to 33 goes to Bergen. We have all these big trucks that come through, tractor trailers. Goggin Lane, when I moved there 48 years ago, was a side road. Goggin Lane now is a main road, just about it, not like 34. It's got traffic. Plus, we've got homes. New homes is built down there since then. We've got subdivision built down there. And I'm asking, and I have checked down here with the police. I've checked with the county deputies. You can park in my driveway at 2565 Goggin Lane. And you won't be there 5 minutes. You'll be like a bluegill after a worm. You will get them. I have checked them. Over 90% of the people drive down there over 35 miles an hour. And I watch that sign all the time. It is right in front of me. The next thing, what's going to happen in Goggin Lane is somebody's going to get killed. We don't even back out on Goggin Lane no more. It's too dangerous. I tell my wife, you back your vehicles in here. And then we pull out. Somebody is going to get T-boned down there. And like I say, I've lived there a long time. And I've heard, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong, the city's got a battery-powered Mustang, as I call it. And I think, I don't, how many of them y'all got? I know you got one because I've seen it. I see it at Danville High School every evening. And if that's their job to come out there, I would like to see them to come out there. And when you want to come out there, is after school and when people's off from work or early in the mornings. And I don't know if I've never been to a commissioner meeting here in my life. I've lived here for 40 years. It's time for me to start. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude with nobody. I just want to find out the facts and see what we could get done. when you live at a place,
Mayor, that's 3 minutes.
I'm sorry.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Hale, right? Thank you, sir. Someone else on the list?
Martin Gary.
Hello, my name is Martin Gary, and I live at the Arnold Tower Apartments by the hospital, and this is my first time here. And the reason I'm here is I want to talk about few ideas for the community. I think on the bypasses near Walmart and Lowe's in the 127 bypass, more land should be flattened out and more trees and woods be cut down for more businesses and homes. And yeah, and I want to know if there's any more room downtown for any more businesses to be put to. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right. Appreciate your attendance. You've been trying to get her for 3 years, and he finally made it tonight. And it was painless, right? All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hill, for your comments, and city staff has heard all the things that you've talked about, so appreciate that. Okay? Next on our agenda is to have comments from the commissioners.
I just want to say the ribbon cutting at Danville High School was really nice the other day, and it's a nice addition to the city. If you go by there, check it out. And then, all of the ribbon cuttings. Also, in the, all the things that were going on at Constitution Square
And Millennium.
and Millennium Park,
Yes.
and there was a band competition. It was just the town was full. Everywhere you went, there was something going on. So it's nice. There was a lot of people in town.
All right. Commissioner Cottle?
Can't think of anything.
All right.
Maybe. She had covered.
We'll see you guys at KLC here pretty soon, maybe, right?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Let's go on then. Next item on the agenda is payment of the bills.
Yeah.
Chair will entertain a motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $391,377.71.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
Second. Did we skip one?
Did we?
Did we?
No.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. My fault.
Thank you, sir.
You
Are there any
moved on.
corrections or questions, additions or deletions to the bill list?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor of paying our bills, say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carries. I'm just,
I know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
next on our agenda, Josh Morgan. Hey,
Yes,
got-
thank you all.
all right.
Got a few items here. We'll run through them pretty quick, though. The first item is, we worked with Stephen here, and we successfully moved the property on Duncan Hill into foreclosure, so we'd like to bring a few more properties to initiate that process on. These three properties are 475 High Street, 318 Caldwell Street, 331 North Fifth Street. We have liens on those properties ranging from $15,000 to $45,000. And all three are high on the list from Habitat for Humanity for properties they would like to develop. So we thought we'd bring these three first. We've got another three after that if we get these moving forward. So this is just a start on the foreclosure processes. So.
Chair will entertain a motion to
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09-2203.
Second.
thank you all. Any questions or comments?
No, I
Hearing
think
none,
that'll be a great reuse of that that
Yes,
land.
yes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Josh, the next one, please.
Yes, in your package, you have the annual agreement we signed with Cintas to provide fire protection inspections for the city, extinguishers, exit lights, sprinkler systems, all those different things. So this is a standard contract they bring to us, and this has been reviewed by fire and by HR for safety purposes, so that's pretty standard.
Thank you, sir.
I move for approval of Resolution 2025-09-2204.
Second.
Thank you all. Hearing no questions or comments, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Right. Next, we have, we would like to apply for a USDOT Rural Assistance Grant. This is a transportation planning grant that has a minimum request of $250,000. That's what we're going to request is $250,000. There's no match required. This will fund a county-wide transportation plan. This topic came up in one of our recent EDA meetings as we discussed transportation access into the new properties the EDA has purchased that we really don't have. It's been a long time since the city and county have had an actual transportation plan done by a consultant that we developed as a community with a lot of public outreach. So that's what this would fund. And at a dollar amount of $250,000, which is the minimum that we can apply for, we can build quite a study out of this, and then also push that forward into preparing, helping us prepare the chapter in the comprehensive plan that talks about transportation as we move towards our next comprehensive plan. I think it will even help us develop our subdivision regulations, some project profiles as we apply for grants. So I think we can get a pretty robust plan out for $250,000. So these grant applications are due October 8th. So this was our last chance to get your all's approval to apply.
Well, we like grant money, and 250,000 will be a biggie, and you said zero match, so we are really excited about that, so we wish you well on that one, right? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09-2205.
Second.
Thank you all. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Josh, you're rolling right along, sir.
All right. In your packet is a contract with KU to install the streetlights on the new development along Shannon Way out on the South Danville bypass. The process with that, the developer is required to install all of the infrastructure that KU needs as far as underground conduit and transformers. But then, once they get this approval from us, they will come in, install the wiring, install the lights, and then we will pay the monthly bill on the lights in perpetuity. So this is the contract to establish that. The initial monthly rate for the 20 new lights will be $492.20 a month, which is our standard tariff rate.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
Move for approval of Resolution 2025-09-2208.
Thank you all. Any comments or questions? Hey, man, he said 8. 606, okay.
6, 8.
06, okay.
Yeah, something.
That's all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Whew. Josh, the next one?
Yes, in your package, you have a list of streets that we would like to bring forward for the 2025 paving list. You also have in your packet an initial quote from the Allen Company for the work. In your packet, in the quote from the Allen Company, there's a couple of streets that we've taken out just because of the cost got so high. We took out, there's a section of Southtown we wanted to do near Mi Pueblo, and there was a section of Skywatch we wanted to do near Goodwill. We took those two out just because the price got really high, especially with the milling cost. And so the list you have in the packet is Pontiac Avenue from Nokomis to Navajo, Waveland from Northie to Henson, East Main from Alta to Bruce, Old Second Street. So I'm going to touch on Old Second Street real quick. That is the little section of road that goes between Second and Fourth there at the intersection. For the longest time, we did not think that was a city street, but after I did some research into the plats, that's actually was left over as a city street. So we're going to go ahead and get that paved. It's in pretty rough shape. Daveco from the bypass to the dead end, Service Drive, which Service Drive is off of South Stewart's Lane. It goes back to like the old Timberland plant back in there. That is a city street from South Stewart's to the gate to one of those factories. Kemper Lane from Old Lexington to Little Needmore, which would be the northern half of Kemper Lane. We're gonna need to do the southern half sometime soon too, but it was a big chunk to get both of them in one year. Russell Street from College to Beatty, Twinbrook from Shakertown to the dead end, North Fifth from Rowe to Lexington. So North Fifth, we're gonna do that little section just, Rowe is just past Broadway. It's a little street that goes down to McMillan. We're gonna go from there to Old Lake. It's a small section that we have been struggling with potholes for a few years now, that we just keep filling potholes, so we're gonna pave that section. Smoky Way, Fireside to the bypass, which is the full length of that. Montgomery Way, we did a half of Montgomery last year. They've done a bunch of work out there. Now we're gonna do the other half of Montgomery, which is at Wings and Rings and the new Pizza Hut location. It's the road that goes off to the right up to the hotels. And McClure Drive from, we did a section of it a couple years ago. That's that's off Stanford Avenue, next to the trailhead. We got a section of that. And then one that we forgot to mention, I forgot to put on this list that we really need to add is Timothy. So we're gonna try to squeeze Timothy into this as well once we get going. I'll get with the Allen Company and make sure they add that to their list. It's in pretty rough shape out there in Dexter Court off of Old Shakertown, so we'll try to do the full length of it if we can. That's the full extent. This is probably gonna exceed the amount that we budgeted initially, but we've got many more streets to do. We've been getting about $360,000 to $370,000 in revenue each year from the gas tax, our municipal road aid fund. And I think this list will hit about 360 is the plan. So we're just gonna stick with our revenue, try to keep close to that if we can. Like we've talked about in the past, the cost of this paving keeps going up and our gas tax money does not go up. So we're kind of stuck in place a little bit. But one thing I'll add to this is staff, we're gonna take a look at these streets again. The Allen Company has given us a price to add speed humps as they pave. So they'll be incorporated into the pavement as it's put down, which I think is a lot more efficient way, and it's just cleaner all around for us. So we're gonna go over this as staff and see if there's a few places we might wanna add some speed humps. That's something I need to sit down with police and with our guys and see if that's where would be the best spots to do that. I know we've had a lot of conversation about North Fifth and we've had a request for traffic calming out there. I'm not sure about Kemper. That's such a heavily used road, but we do have a lot of complaints about speeding on Kemper. It's similar to how what goes on Goggin. People use that as a cut through and they don't go 35. So we're gonna look at these and see if there's some spots we can incorporate that as well. It's a pretty low cost. It was like $3,000 to include a speed hump into their paving. So that was affordable compared to us doing it ourselves at a later date. So yes, this is the list that we're requesting for approval, plus Timothy.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09-2207.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Any questions to Josh? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Josh?
Yes, on September 2nd, we opened bids for repairs to the roof of Jenny Rogers. This is the section, the section that's part of our Parks and Rec Department, the community center side, that kind of the parking lot side of that hallway. We have major leaks in one of the rooms there that we've kind of had to stop using because the leaks have been so bad. So we put this out to bid. It was part of our capital plan this year. We received 3 bids. The low bid was from Paramount Commercial Roofing in the amount of $53,000. They look qualified to do the work. Our budgeted amount for this project was $60,000, so it's below budget. So we recommend award of the bid to Paramount Commercial Roofing.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
Move for approval of resolution 2025-09-2208 this time. You got it right.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second? Thank you, ma'am. We've used this company before?
We have not, but I looked at some of the references. They've done a lot of state projects, and they did a lot of work at the Kentucky Horse Park, which there's pretty high standard there. So I think we'll be okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Any other questions?
And this is the part, not the part we fixed last year.
No, this is a new section. This is like I said, it's kind of the next to the parking lot
Right,
on the side that we occupy, not the childcare center.
okay.
Yeah. Last year, we did the kind of the Main Street side of the childcare wing last year. This year, we're doing the parking lot side of the other wing.
Good. Good. Other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Josh, Mr. Morgan again.
Yes, in your package, you have a quote from Bluegrass Recreation Sales and Installation to complete the work at the Central Playground at Millennium Park that we budgeted this year. This work involves the poured in place rubber surface, along with 3 new small play features to replace some older features that we need to replace and ones that have been gone for a while now. So the total price that they've quoted is $100,038.60. This is, we don't have to bid this out because they use their state price contract, so they've already bid all this out through the state. We're using their state price contract here. It's another kind of alternative procurement method that we can use. It's been approved by Lee, so I think we're in good shape. And the budget amount for this project was $100,000, so we're right at our budget here that we wanted to hit.
Okay.
Do you know what any of these things are? I'm just curious. I've never ridden a Dragonfly before. I just wanted to tell you.
I wish Tommy was here, because I'll let Tommy and Yvette pick these out, so I'm not sure what they picked out here, but they.
Stand and spin.
Stand and spin, maypole, they sound cool.
Regurgitate, but, you know.
I was told they were for real young kids, not kids our age, right? Other questions or comments?
Is it okay, it's 100,000, 138.60. Is the 133, the difference in the resolution, is that the amount of labor or?
I'm not sure. Stephen, do you know? Is that just a typo?
Probably. She would have called that.
The part in the wherefore paragraph is accurate. It looks like there was a typo
Okay.
in the third whereas paragraph. We can revise that.
So it's 138.
So it's 100,000, 138?
yes.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
Other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carries. Next item, Mr. Morgan, your last one.
Yes, the last item is another for parks that Tommy asked me to take care of, and this is just getting a contract with DOE for a copier at Jenny Rogers. I believe the initial sale quote is for $5,995.95.
Thank you, sir. Is
Mayor,
there-
did we have a motion and a second and a vote on the last item?
On the what?
The pay, the
I
playground?
thought we did,
Did we?
unless we're just running together now,
yeah,
but
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was a Donna, Kevin, and then we did vote.
We voted, yeah.
Okay.
If we just want to clean it up just for the sake, Ms. Peak, did you make that
I
motion?
made the motion.
Okay,
I
Mr.
refuse to second. Second.
Thank you. Things can get tricky with 3
Yeah,
people, so, thank you.
Thank you for that question. Why don't we pause here and let you guys introduce our EKU guests right quick before we run out of time. Now stand up so she can recognize you all. You want?
Do you want us to make a motion for this or no? First?
What's that? What?
Yes. You're going to need to make a motion on the DOE contract.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09-2210.
Second.
Thank you all. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carries.
Now.
I thought we finished it. Dang, Josh, okay.
I confused you by making you go back and do motions on the previous
Okay.
agenda item, Mayor.
Thank you all.
Oh, look at him. She made the guy.
They made you get up.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's
they made
good.
me do that.
There, where is?
No whereas. So, good evening, everyone. My name is James Overing, and what we have before you all is some seniors in the interpreting training program at Eastern Kentucky University. They're in their final semester prior to their practicum semester, and one of their requirements is to come and see actual interpreting happen, and what better opportunity than our city commission meeting. So, this is a little bit different type of interpreting than typical. You know, usually we're either in a classroom or in a doctor's office. And so them coming here tonight gets to see some really cool stuff over the course of your meeting. So, there you go.
Well, you picked a good meeting for them to attend, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't pick it, they picked it.
Well, no controversial issues on the agendas.
Oh, no, no, not at all.
Thank you all for
Yeah.
your
appreciate y'all
attendance.
coming.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next item is code enforcement update. Mr. Young.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. So in your, what you have in front of you, the first few pages are our activity log, kind of how we keep track of what we do day to day. This one is 15 days worth. If you just look through it, you'll see a little bit of what we deal with, the different types of things we deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that was interesting for me because I've never seen it spelled out in this much detail. And that's kind of interesting what a wide range of things you all have to answer to. And, how many do you do in a day? Any idea, average?
Could be 3, could be 30. A lot of it's phone calls, people calling in, but we also do preventative care where we go out and we look for things to see if there's anything that we can do to help citizens or any violations that are firsthand need to be taken care of right then before it becomes a real issue.
Makes sense.
The next page is the condemned properties. And I've got a little slideshow of some of those. And some of them also, there's a success story in here too. So this property right here is 213 North 2nd Street. I believe I condemned that in 2017. And this is what it looks like now, after it had been bought and rehabbed. This one is 74 Duncan Hill. It's almost completed. It should be coming off our list, hopefully within the next month. I don't have a before picture up there for you, but the whole roof has been redone. It's got new siding and all new windows and doors. The next one is currently 229 Forest Avenue. It was a hoarding situation. This one is 446 Russell. There's not a condemned placard on it, but there is now. We didn't have one for it at the time this photo was taken. But it's got foundation issues, busted windows, the chimney's falling apart. It's ready to come down. This is 407 Adams Street. Same scenario. A lot of them are going to have all the same issues. Foundation, roofs, windows. This one's right next door. This is 409 Adams. The stairs are falling apart to get up to it. But the roof's bad. Windows are busted.
Yeah, close to Danville High School.
Yeah, it's,
Is
If
that
you-
close to Danville High School, he's saying?
past
Adams.
Adams, it's on, it's closer to Bate. It's on that side of Adams,
On geographic.
right across from Martin Luther King Boulevard. This is 312 South Alta. It's been condemned for a while. He's moving pretty slow on the repairs, but he is making repairs to it. This one is almost completed as well. This is 540 Adams. I believe it's going to be a multifamily. They stripped it down to nothing but the studs. It was bare bones, and they've brought it back to this so far. It's looking really good. This one is, I believe it's, that should be 439 Chestnut. And there's two more buildings out behind it that also are in rough shape. This is 500 Locust Avenue. So Locust is pretty much a dead end. There's the little alleyway to the left at the end of it, but this is, if you kept going straight, this one's right at the end, you'd run into it. That's 468 High Street. This is 480 High Street. It's actually okay on the outside. We had to condemn this one for the inside. This is 437 Russell. It's had some repairs done to it, but they've stopped. So we've continued to move forward with that. And that's all the ones I have for you tonight, just to give you a little idea of some of the properties.
Russell Street?
Yes.
Is that right next to the last Habitat field?
Yes, it's right next to the new, the latest Habitat for Humanity house they just finished.
So when you condemned all of these, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So like when it says they're working on them, how long do they have, I mean, is there a timeline they have to work on them, or can they just work on them forever?
So the way it works is they get 30 days to start repairs. If they don't start repairs in that first 30 days, we send them a demolition notice, which gives them another 90 days to start repairs. Then if they don't do anything within that 90 days, we will get quotes and move forward with raising the structure. But as far as the timeline goes for them, they could put a piece of siding up, let's say on that house right there on the screen, and not touch it again for 30 days and do something else, and it would just start over again.
And that's our ordinance that says that, right?
Yes.
Playing games with us, yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions? Chief Gray?
So I'd just like to also say, like today, you're asking about how many things they get to today or in a day. Like today, they had to condemn a house, had to have the fire department go out with chem suits on. This house was so bad. And it was just one thing, that's all they did the whole day with the help of the fire department. So, one complaint just to condemn the house, board it up, and just get, like I said, go in with chem suits today. Tied up probably 15 or 20 city employees just to do that, in a 8 or 10 hour day.
The one today is also it's a sad situation. It was all due to the inside. The outside didn't look the greatest, but it wasn't bad enough for us to condemn it. But the inside was, I've never seen anything like it. But we did get that family placed in another home, so they are doing well. That's something we've been working on for about a month.
Hey, so someone was actually living in the house?
Yes, there are 4 people in that house.
Oh,
Yeah, social services was assisted with them too.
wow, well, thank you on that one.
So like the demo, I have questions. The demo, like you get quotes and then there's what, 4 on here? So how long will that take? Like some of them might be coming down soon or or do they, y'all just
Yes,
get the quotes and then you all just go ahead and take them down? It doesn't come back to us, right?
right.
Okay.
He would, I don't know, it'd have to be a pretty special situation for it to go back to you all, I think.
Okay. I didn't know. Price-wise.
Other questions? Thank you, sir. Yep. No, you gotta put your hand in, you can't do that, nope, can't do that.
Do you want me to keep going?
Can't hear from the public during this part of the meeting.
I don't know which one.
You can talk to him after the meeting maybe, but can't do it now, all right? Sorry about that. Next item. Mr. McCurdy? McCurdy?
Thank you. So we've just put forth a service agreement for Lexipol, which Lexipol is a parent company of a leading online training platform that we use called Fire Rescue One for a lot of our training. In addition to, so we actually have a contract where we renew every year with them for, it's about $2,900 a year for the online training platform that we have. There's an add-on. The fire service does really good with technical training and tactics and managing, but we don't have a whole lot of resources for, some of the other less tangible skills that we need to develop leadership, culture, and things like that. And Lexipol has agreed to enter an agreement with Echelon Front Training Systems, which is another leading leadership training program. And they're offering that as an add-on package to the package that we already have. And it's a $2,312 package for a 1-year agreement. And I'm proposing that we move forward with that agreement starting in October, and it will not renew automatically. It'll just be a 6-part series that'll be available for continued education for all of our personnel.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
Any questions or comments?
I move for approval of resolution number 2025-092211.
Thank you all.
Second.
Thank you.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Whew. City manager, is there a need for an executive session?
There is, Mayor, for personnel and property acquisition.
All right. The chair would entertain a motion to go into executive session. It
I'll
only
make
takes-
a,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
takes what?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was gonna-
Make a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matter pursuant to KRS 61-810-1F and for property acquisition, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
And also for potential real property acquisition pursuant to KRS 61-810-1B.
Second.
Thank you all. I thought you were going to repeat that for a minute there, eh? All those in favor of going to the executive session, say aye.
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 Those opposed, aye. All in favor? We're out of executive session. All right. Mr. City Manager?
Staff is recommending the hiring of Antonio Thomas to the position of firefighter.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you all. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All, motion carries. Next one.
Staff is recommending the hiring of Josh Whitus to the position of firefighter.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you all. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next one.
Staff is recommending the hiring of Jacob Floyd to the position of firefighter.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you all. In favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adjourn?
Is that it?
That's it.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Thank you all.